The almighty Prince Vegeta!
What is good, people? Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Legends video, and today I'm going to be going over my top 10 most wanted premium rarity units in 2024. But before I get into that, obviously this is my first video of 2024. I hope you guys all had a very good new year, a good Christmas. I hope you guys enjoyed your holidays, and I hope this year brings you guys all the blessings in the world. I hope you all have a great year, and hopefully it will be a good one in Legends as well. But yeah, so moving into the video, as I said, top 10 most wanted units. This isn't a predictions video. I don't expect all these units to release or anything like that. This is just what I would like to see the most. So some of these characters you might think like, I'm not too sure, like where would they fit into the year? But as I said, this isn't predictions, this is just my wish list. I love these characters and I would love to see them in premium rarity released this year. So, without further ado, let's jump straight into it. So starting things off here, we do indeed have Turles at number 10. Now I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be thinking, oh, another movies buff, or Turles ain't too hype, why would we want to see an LF Turles? But for me, I've always been a pretty big fan of Turles. He's probably in my top 5 villains actually, which is pretty crazy to say. But yeah, I've always really liked him. The original Goku Black, the original evil Goku, and I really like his moves. I think just everything about him is really cool. He's just a really cool character. And I've always loved the Tree of Might movie. I think it's one of the better Z movies. His squadron would be pretty cool as free-to-play characters or as EXs, like we got with the Hero Clan with Bojack. I think that would be pretty cool. And I just think he'd be a really good addition to the game. He'd help out Saiyans, powerful opponents, sagas from the movies. So yeah, I'd really like to see Turles. I really would. I think he's more befitting of an LF. I think, what is his finishing move called? The one you're literally seeing right now. Is it the Kill Driver, I believe it's called? I think it's the Kill Driver. And he just has some really cool moves, man. Really cool moves. I've always loved the concept of the actual Tree of Might as well. Like eating the fruit to get power. And he was a bulky boy as well. A bulky boy. So yeah, Turles would be pretty cool. He is in at number 10. Let's jump into number 9. Coming in at number 9, we have Demon King Piccolo, who I would absolutely love to see get an Ultra this year. How we are almost 6 years into this game and this guy doesn't have a premium rarity unit yet it's crazy. It's crazy. Like when you think of the major villains of the Dragon Ball franchise, so you've got obviously Frieza, Cell, Vegeta, Majin Buu, and he's up there with them, man. He is the original, the OG, the first serious major villain in Dragon Ball. He was the first one. Like, he was technically the first guy to kill Goku. Goku's heart stopped. There's the first character to put serious hands on Goku where you actually feared for Goku's life. And then also, he killed Shenron. Like, Shenron is basically the namesake of the series. He's the dragon that appears when you gather the Dragon Balls, and he killed him. Like, at the time, it was just insanity. Well, I say at the time, I wasn't actually alive at the time, but watching it as a young kid and seeing him kill Shenron was just madness. So, yeah, this guy was just an incredible villain. Still one of my favourite villains to this day. And the reason why I'd love to see him get an Ultra instead of the LF is because of the intro. Like, the intro, I touched on it briefly a moment ago, when he killed Shenron. So the intro could either be him summoning the Dragon Balls, going from old to young, and then quickly killing Shenron. Or if that's a little bit too long, just have him kill Shenron. Like, that's literally it. But either way, his animations would be absolutely incredible. And in a meta aspect, he would definitely do so much for the Dragon Ball tag. Because even though they had their campaign last year, they didn't really get any meta breaking units. So I think he would do a lot for that tag. So yeah, that's number 9. Let's move into number 8. Coming in at number 8, we have God of Destruction Toppo. Now, I'm not really too fussed which way they go with it, but we need to see the transformation. So either they can have it in his intro as an Ultra, where he starts off as just regular Toppo and then he quickly transforms and that's his intro, or as an LF, you start off as normal Toppo and then you transform into his God of Destruction form, because that form is so clean, man. He looks so clean, and the transformation where he just rips his clothes off, it just looks so sick. So definitely need to see that. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, more Universal Rep buffs, like 2023 was just filled with Universal Rep. I understand it, I get it. I was a big hater of that last year, but Toppo would just be so clean. Like, I would love to see this guy drop. So yeah, it's just a little bit of personal preference, this one. I know, like, meta-wise, I know a lot of people probably wouldn't want to see it just based on the abundance of Universal Rep we saw last year, but I just want to see it, man. I'd love to see it. So yeah, that's number 8. Let's move into number 7. Coming in at number 7, we have Z Broly, who needs to get an LF this year. Look, I'll be real with you guys. If we finish 2024 and there's still not an LFC Broly in this game, we need to start having some really uncomfortable conversations with these devs. Some really uncomfortable conversations, because if we're being real, Z Broly should have been one of the first picks for an LF. Not 6 years in almost, and he still hasn't got one. I mean, we're getting into what if territory now. We've got Goku and Bardock appearing, we've got Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Like, we're getting into what if scenarios, but we don't have Z Broly yet. Like, it's like a bad joke at this point. Why don't we have him in the game yet as an LF? It's just beyond me. I mean, every metric you look at, he would just be a massive success. Money generated, he would generate a ton of money. Popularity, people would be crazy hyped for him. The amount of unused animations that we still don't have in the game from him yet. Like, every metric you look at for him, it's just insanity that he's not in the game yet as an LF, honestly. I mean, if you want to look at a character with aura, with presence, he's just him. He is him. But I will say this, I do definitely think we will get at least one premium rarity Broly this year. Either we'll get an Ultra DPS Broly, or we'll get an LFC Broly. I think we'll definitely see one of the two. Now, I'd prefer Z Broly out of the two. I'm sure some of you guys would prefer DPS Broly. He's a little bit more of a fleshed out character. But I do think we will see one of the two. For me personally, I hope it's Z Broly. We need to see him by the end of 2024. In at number 6, we have Super Vegeta, the first Vegeta Shark on this list. And I of course want him to drop as an LF this year, with the iconic Final Flash as his legendary finish. Now, I'm going to be real with you guys, right? I am sick and tired of getting blue-balled by this character by the devs. They've been blue-balling me with Super Vegeta for so long. It obviously isn't just me. They're not specifically saying, Joku, we're going to tease you with Super Vegeta. Like, it's to all of us Vegeta fans. They're just taking the piss. I don't know why they do it. Last year, right, when they dropped that 1% Cell and Trunks, and Cell literally had this Vegeta in the background, I thought, this is it. They've got to do it. They did a Cell Saga campaign. Who do they drop? A rehashed LF Cell. Another LF Cell. I just couldn't believe it, man. I couldn't believe it. I was so salty. I was so pissed. so pissed. But that's the devs for you. That's the devs for you. It just doesn't make any sense. But in the grand scheme of things, this is the reality. It's been 2 years since we last got an LF Vegeta. Since 8th Vegeta in September, I believe, or was it October? I think it might have been, no, it was September. September of 2021 is the last time we had an LF solo Vegeta. If you're going to drop an LF Vegeta this year, which I really hope they are, please let it be this guy. Please, he has the best finishing animation of any Vegeta, most likely. Like, the Final Flash is just going to hit different. It really is going to hit different. So I'm sick of asking. I was honestly thinking of not even including him on this list because I'm so sick of asking for him and expecting him and just being let down. But hopefully this year, finally, we get LF Super Vegeta in DBL. Fingers crossed. We are now into the top 5, and in at number 5, we have Baby, or Super Baby 2 to be precise. Now, I'm not the biggest GT fan, right? I don't really like anything outside of Baby and Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I can't stand Vegeta from GT. Like, literally, Baby taking Vegeta's body, taking over his body, was the best thing to happen to Vegeta in GT. I don't like his clothes, I don't like his shitty moustache, I don't like his hair, I don't like his Super Saiyan form, I don't like his base, I don't like his Super Saiyan 4 form, I don't like how he achieved Super Saiyan 4. I don't even need to go off on him. Like, I just went on a mini rant about him, but as you can probably tell, I just don't like Vegeta in GT. But Baby, on the other hand, is just so cool. So cool. Like, can you imagine his LF animation similar to the LF Grade 8 Vegeta that we have, where he obviously goes into his Grade 8 form for his LF animation? Imagine Baby going into his Golden Grade 8, man. It would just be so clean. It needs to happen. And to be honest, it's one of the more likely ones on this list, I think, just based on the fact that GT got absolutely nothing the whole 2023 calendar year. So I do definitely think this is one of the more likely ones. I think we'll get him probably around March or April, just before Annie, because I do think we are going to see Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta drop for Annie, so I think they will start the GT buffs just before the anniversary, like I said, maybe in March or April, around that sort of time. So yeah, hopefully it is LF Super Baby 2 that they go with to represent GT, and not some stinky guy like Super 17 or Shenron, because that really would smell. But yeah, that's number 5. Let's jump into number 4. In at number 4, and this one might be a little bit controversial, I have gone with Namek Goku. Now, the reason why I say it might be a little bit controversial is because we literally just had his remade LF just a few months ago. So I'm sure some of you guys are thinking, Joku, why the hell would we want another Namek Goku? Well, simply put, I need his summonable Ultra, and I need it now. I need it now. I need him from the start of the match, having no shirt, looking buff as hell, with fresh animations. I need it. I just need it. Like, Namek Goku is just... What I said about Broly earlier, in regards of having aura, in regards of having presence, I don't think an anime character has ever matched Namek Goku. I think that aura that he had when he transformed on Namek, when he was beating the life out of Frieza, I don't think they've ever recaptured that same aura for a character. And even though we do have him as a free-to-play, his animations still hold up to this day, by the way. His intro is in-cart. A lot of people argued he still has the best intro in-cart, which is insane considering he was the first ever Ultra. But at the end of the day, he's still a free-to-play. Didn't hold up in PvP too well. And I want this Ultra to be from later on in the fight, as I said, where his shirt is gone, he's buff as hell, he's beating Frieza down. I need to see it. Even though there are other Goku moments that don't have as much representation in the game, and I'll get into one of those in a second, Namek Goku is still, for me, Goku's best form and the best version of any character, period, in anime, so I would love to see him get a summonable Ultra this year. Moving into the top 3, and speaking of a version of Goku that has nowhere near enough representation in this game, and to be honest at this point it is just pure disrespect. Like, I know I've said it a few times throughout this video, but how we are almost 6 years into this game and we don't have an LF Kaioken Goku yet is just beyond me. I don't understand that. It is one of the most iconic moments in anime, let alone Dragon Ball. One of the most iconic moments in anime, his Beam Clash against Vegeta, the first ever Beam Clash, which of course become a staple of the show. And even though subjectively, you know, the Saiyan Saga is my favourite saga, and this is my favourite fight in the entirety of anime, but I do genuinely believe, you know, bias aside, that this is the best fight in Dragon Ball, 100%. So to see this form have barely any representation is criminal, to be honest. It is literally criminal. So yeah, 100% we need to see LF Kaioken Goku this year. Pretty much all of his animations are unused because the only version of him that we have is the unit that you're looking at right now, who is from 2018. Yeah, you heard me right, 2018, 5 years ago, which I just can't believe. It sounds wrong to even say it. So hopefully the devs sort their shit out. As I mentioned, we've got so many animations to use for him. The iconic Kamehameha. Legends, please drop him this year. In at number 2, we have Majin Vegeta. Legends, it's 2024. We need a summonable Ultra Vegeta in this game. We 100% need it. I need it now. I've waited long enough. I've seen Hit get an Ultra. I've seen Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku get an Ultra. I've seen Kid Buu get an Ultra. Janemba. Enough is enough, man. How does the second most popular character in Dragon Ball not have an Ultra yet? Now, before any of you guys bring up that free-to-play Vegeta, I don't want to be seeing that. I don't want to be seeing that shit in my comments. That does not count. That shit is free-to-play. He's limited to the Namek Saga. I do not want to be seeing that. So yeah, we need to be seeing an Ultra Vegeta this year. Now, spoiler alert, my number 1 pick is also a Vegeta. I'm sure you guys know which version of him that is going to be. Also in Ultra Rarity. So one of the two. Whichever one of the two you want to give me, Legends, I'll be more than happy with either or. But Majin Vegeta, we've got so many of his animations left. Pretty much his entire fight against Goku is untouched. We don't have anything from that. All of his animations, I'm pretty sure, were taken from the Fat Buu fight. So we've still got so many animations left from him. He's so raw. Aesthetically, I think he's the best version of Vegeta. And of course, the final explosion being one of the most iconic moments of the show. Even though I don't want to see the final atonement in this Ultra version. I don't want to be seeing it because I don't want him to have like a death animation like the new LF Cell does, for example. Like, I don't want to see him relegated to just being a character that is really good for dying. I don't want to be seeing that. I want this to be the version of Vegeta that fought Goku, and we have all these fresh animations. It would just be so fire. So yeah, 2024 Legends, if you want to drop him for Battle Hour this month, that'll be perfect. That'll be perfect. But yeah, anyway, as I said, number 1 or number 2, whichever one of these two the Legends wants to drop, I'll be more than happy with. But anyway, moving on to my number 1 pick, my most wanted unit in 2024. In at number 1, and I'm sure there will be no surprises here, my most wanted unit for 2024 is of course Ultra Gallic Gun Vegeta. And this will continue to be my most wanted character, period, until I get him, because as I'm sure you guys know, I bang on about him all the time. I'll even mention it in this video. Saiyan Saga Vegeta is my favourite character in fiction, and I need his Ultra. don't get me wrong, I love the LF Grade 8 Vegeta. I love him to bits. He's my favourite character as of right now. But the moment this Ultra Gallic Gun Vegeta drops, and he will drop, it's inevitable, hopefully it drops this year, he will be my favourite character of all time. Like, when I get him, Legends peaks for me. It doesn't get any better than that. So hopefully we see him this year. But if not, if I don't see him, maybe I'll see him next year. If I don't see him this year, hopefully we do get Ultra Margin Vegeta instead. One of the two. If I get either one of those this year, I'll be so happy. But obviously, just slightly, I would prefer Gallic Gun Vegeta. I mean, if I was watching reveals and stuff, right, and I saw this guy get revealed, I think I would literally cry tears of joy. I'm not even joking. I'm honestly not even joking. I genuinely think that if I saw him get revealed, I would get at least one tear roll down my cheek. I would be so happy. So hopefully we do see that this year. His animations will be fire as well. His card art, his ink art would be fire. At least one of those, either his card art, his ink art, or his intro would have his iconic pose in it, which would just make me go crazy. So yeah, my number one pick, of course, as always, is going to be Ultra Gallic Gun Vegeta. But yeah, man, that is my top 10 most wanted units in 2024. Hopefully I can get at least like 4 or 5 out of 10. I'll be overly happy with that. Hopefully it's more so the top 5 rather than the lower 5. But I suppose we'll have to wait and see. Let me know down below who your most wanted characters in 2024 are. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you're new, and I will catch you in the next one.